Hi there, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a timeless and collective reading. Whenever this reading finds you, it's the right time. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so see which messages feel like they resonate for you and hopefully bring clarity to whatever you're wondering. Remember that divine inner guidance, it's in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. We're gonna dive right on in. This is the clarifying love situations. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is the opening message that would be the most helpful to know? Situation going on right now, please and thank you. That it's time to take a vacay. It's time to travel. Maybe this is just getting out of the ruckus, out of the everyday situations that are going on. I feel like some of you are actually making plans for the future, but I don't feel like it's too distant in the future. It could be you're talking about travel plans with someone else. If you're traveling with someone you've never traveled with before, you can learn a lot about a person when you go away together, and that could go one extreme or the other. But I feel like this is going to be a beautiful dynamic together. I see that palm tree just kind of being flexible and swaying in the wind. So maybe some of you are jumping on a plane, going to see a friend, family member. I mean, it says romantic here, a romantic getaway together. Maybe it's a rendezvous. Maybe somebody is getting on a plane and coming to see you, or secretly planning a trip for two away together. This is where it feels like a honeymoon. So I do feel like it involves you and one other person. But if some of you are going somewhere on your own or with a bunch of friends and you're single, I do feel like you might meet somebody on that plane, in the airport, or maybe like in the hotel. If you're going to see like family or something like that, maybe it's a family friend that you are introduced to. I do feel like you're going to make a really nice connection. For some of you, this could be a romantic relationship where there's distance involved. If that is the case, I do see that distance getting smaller and you and somebody else coming together. I see you hand in hand with someone. I see a really big hug. So I do feel like it's going to be really exciting to either you're really excited to go with someone or see each other after a reunion kind of energy. This is where there's movement overall. So honeymoon phase, it could also be for some of you, you need a short break. Maybe it's not on a plane, maybe it's a little road trip, maybe it's a staycation. But it could also be that you and someone else were on a little breakaroo, that there was a little distance, and I feel like that distance is getting smaller and smaller. I feel like somebody is coming full circle. I just see that circle there. So let's get a little more clarity from the same deck. What else would be helpful right now going on with travel? Maybe some of you are making some travel plans. I do see a bunch of people in a car together, or a bunch of people on the highway. Ooh, you have really nice energy coming through. So I feel like somebody might have a surprise for you. They're ready to make a love offer. They're ready to maybe put in some effort, drive the distance. This is where you and someone else have reciprocal love, where it's a back and forth energy. It's really nice. It's where you have equal chemistry, but I'm getting really good convo, really good conversation and ideas. This is where you and someone else, I mean, you got the honeymoon here. So maybe you go on vacation and someone's popping the question to some of you. They kind of wanted it to be special. This is where somebody makes it official. You're official now. So maybe it's a serious talk that comes through. I feel like it's a very honest conversation, but this honest conversation about maybe about how you feel, future plans, maybe even I hear like rules or something like that. So maybe you're creating your own little rules together on what works for the two of you. But it's something that's going to build a very secure foundation. Let's see. Let's get one more and then jump around today. What else would be helpful for the collective to know on this traveling, movement, energy, love offer coming in, or you're finally ready to maybe open up, talk about love, talk about feelings. What else? Wow. Yeah, maybe this is a really unexpected conversation that comes through out of nowhere. There's something that's going to happen and you don't expect it. It's going to feel like a shock, a surprise. This could be news you just never thought you'd hear. For some of you, I feel like you maybe didn't ever think someone or something was going to come through. So this doesn't necessarily have to be about love. Maybe some of you are getting a job offer that comes out of nowhere. I also see for some of you, if you've been putting a lot of energy into a project, you know, putting your hands into something that you really love to do, but you haven't really seen that movement so much yet, or something was just kind of, I'm getting like kind of stagnant, plateaued, sort of like really dry weather, energetically speaking. I feel like something's gonna come through and it's gonna be like a big old lightning storm. So I do feel like there's something that's going to suddenly create a shift, a lot of movement. And I feel like you might be able to sort of know it's coming, at least energetically, you know, when you can kind of smell in the air that the storm is gonna brew, or there's like that electricity that comes before the storm. But I feel like maybe even if there's a stormy situation, this is necessary to maybe bring something up that was, I'm getting like pushed under the rug. But this is where something is not really predictable. Maybe some of you are dealing with someone who's very confusing and unpredictable. I feel like this is maybe an offer that is very different from somebody's normal pattern. It's something that happens when you least expect it. So you're getting a little insight here that you can at least know that you're going to expect something's going to come. It's something where it's accidental, unplanned, swift, and totally random. So some of you might, I'm even getting some of you go somewhere and you totally randomly meet somebody you know and you both don't live there. Or it's that you meet somebody new and it's like coinky-dink that you lived in the same city at the same time. Or I'm getting a lot of like synchronistic energy where maybe I just see maybe your moms have the same name, or you have the same birthday, or like a lot of connections somewhere that are like, really? But this is energy that comes in quick. So let's see what else is going on. I brought the Heart's Hidden Secrets. So let's continue. See what's happening for you guys. Tell us more about this unexpected situation. What else does the collective need to know about something that comes in sudden, unpredictable, surprising, and when least expected? Maybe somebody is coming back. Maybe somebody you never thought you'd reconnect to, you will. Whether this is a lover or a friend, this could also be something that you didn't want to try again. If that is a project or something like that, you kind of shove something in the closet. You're like, no, it just never worked. Like, why give energy to it? I feel like you either give something one last pusheroo or go, and this time, for whatever reason, the timing is better and something is working, something's moving. So maybe you had to do something a little different. This is where you and someone else are in the energy of reconciliation. You're making amends. It's also a opportunity for, you know, something really unexpected to open back up in your life. So, second chance. The first like number I see in the dice is the 5. So I do see changes happening. Maybe the number 5, something on the 5th, 5 days. Let's get just an overall extra message from the same deck. What else would be helpful? Please and thank you. Yeah, you have somebody that's maybe finally opening up their heart, talking about how they feel, making an offer you can't refuse, wanting to get away with you. This is somebody maybe who wasn't so receptive before. Maybe that's why someone's unexpected here. Somebody is finally a little more translucent, vulnerable, open, maybe romantic if they were typically very much logical and planned out. I feel like if this is somebody who is always following the rules and the itinerary, the plans, I feel like this is somebody being a little more spontaneous, like getting an idea and acting upon it. This is where you're in the energy with someone else of empathy. So it's really hearing somebody, hearing them out, hearing their side of a situation, seeing the other side of a coin. It's where somebody feels comfortable being vulnerable, which is really nice. And that doesn't always come quick, but maybe this was a long time coming. I'm also see that when someone finally starts to really open up, it all just flows out. Like if they've kept something in for a really long time, they've wanted to get it out for way too long. So that could be your energy or somebody else's energy. Let's just continue and see what's going on. Let's go to this combination pink 2 love decks that I have here. The romance and love and the whispering heart. Clarity for the collective. I don't know why I just saw like an open sign, with this. At first I thought of it as a really fancy like knock knock. So maybe somebody is coming to visit or you're going to visit someone, but I saw it as a store opening up. So maybe you're going to a cafe or something like that, like right when it opens. I don't know, there's something about like when something first opens up. Let's see. Let's get another message to be helpful. This is just a blank card. So maybe it's about having a clean slate, a blank canvas. Starting from scratch on something. Writing your own story or writing the story with somebody else. Getting on the same page. Let's get an actual message, please. Well, you have the same thing coming through. So it is you and someone else that had some kind of distance, or that's going on right now. Whether this is distance in communication, distance in, actual miles, or it could even be distance with energy. So love knows no distance. It transcends time and space. And if you do have, something coming back, this reconciliation, maybe now or pretty soon, this love offer, it might feel unexpected that you jumped right back where you left off, or unexpected that even if you went through something with someone else, you're able to make amends. You're able to, spin that wheel and get into a new cycle, do something different. So maybe you have a lot of growth happening with a certain person. This isn't where you're growing apart. This is where you get to grow together. But sometimes people have to have a little bit of self-growth that happens on their own, to do something different and come energetically into a situation or a partnership in a different way. Maybe some of you are getting on a train too. Now you have a train and a plane. We just need an automobile. What is that movie is that with John Candy? Let's get another message, please, and thank you. voids. So it just always makes me think of like the vortex where you're talking to someone on the phone and then you're just like, hello? Hello? Like, how long was I talking to myself? So I do feel like there had to be a void. There had to be a lull. There had to be a little time or space apart or on your own, or I'm just getting to restore someone's battery. This is avoid rushing to fill voids with love. Seek inner fulfillment first. Maybe something was rushed in the past, or somebody felt rushed by someone else. If you weren't on the same, canvas or page before and you were going at different speeds, it could have been that, I don't know, when you see, like, I feel like either two people were trying to be in the driver's seat. I see somebody like playing two different songs, or turning the heat up and the other one wants the heat down, or agreeing to go 55 miles an hour and someone's like, no, that's way too fast. I like to go do. And like there was like a back and forth energy. It could have also been that there were two different tracks. Movement was going in the right direction between you and someone else, but it was always sort of like this, somebody was always kind of playing catch up. I feel like that is what's changing. So that distance, that space created some kind of fullness, some kind of change in energy, so that now the direction is moving the right way, but I feel like something is in sync. I feel like something is now going like parallel. So, because if somebody is wanting to be in a situation and expecting somebody else to completely fill their plate and they're not giving anything back, that's a mismatch. That's a mismatch in energy. That's putting way too much pressure on somebody else to bring happiness and be the reason for happiness for somebody else. So I don't necessarily think that's what went on with all of you, but I do think there had to be some kind of lesson learned or self-reflection that had to happen, and or maybe in distance, overall changes in life that had to occur to be at the right, I hear a turning point. So let's see. Let's get one more message, please and thank you. You have baggage. So maybe somebody had to learn to leave the baggage in the past. You don't have to bring 10 suitcases if you're only traveling lightly. If you want the energy between you and someone else to be light and open. So maybe it is opening up that messy suitcase, putting it all on the bed, seeing what you have, organizing something a little bit better, and only taking with you what you need. Cleaning up any kind of mess from the past. Not dragging even issues that you may have had with another partner or another relationship with you if you're going into a new one. And if this is a rekindling or a reconciliation with someone else, you don't want to always revisit the past issues. You want to resolve them so they're not issues again and you're, getting right back into a repeat pattern. I do feel like there's something that is changing. I feel like there's something coming through and it feels lighter. Emotional baggage can weigh down relationships. Unpack it. So you have to maybe unpack. Maybe even talk about emotional situations that happened. If somebody made you feel a certain way and there was distance and they didn't see what you went through, maybe you need to bring it up. As hard as that might be, or as strong as you might want to appear, maybe the strength is found in that openness, that vulnerability. Because if somebody doesn't know how maybe they affected the other person, there can be a repeat on that situation because they don't know how it really made somebody feel. So maybe it's about opening up about how you felt on a certain situation, but don't keep giving it the runaround. Try to resolve it. And I don't feel it's about placing anything into the blame game. I feel like that should be turned around And it should be, I felt this way because of this, and this would be better for me. I feel like it's more of an empowering energy, not a putting blame on someone else because they did this and made you feel like that kind of situation. I hope that made sense. I feel like whatever conversation is going to come through is with a lot of spiritual maturity. It feels really nice. I said that exactly on 2020. Maybe 20 is important. Let's go to this beautiful spirit animal deck and get you a spirit animal. Do I have my book? I do. What is one spirit animal that connects to the energy going on right now? Please and thank you. Ooh, what is this? You have the kimono dragon? It's like a dinosaur that's alive. These are ferocious. It's number 48. They're very, very strong. So maybe it was like tossing and turning, but I feel like there's something ancient about this animal, that it's lasted through eons and it's still here. So let's see what this is. Hold on, what this is, 48. Maybe somebody's 48 years old, or 48, 8. That brings you to an 11, which is a master number. That's pretty powerful. So 48, the kimono dragon is adapting to changes. So it's being flexible, like I saw with that palm tree, you know, swaying in the wind. If somebody was really stubborn, inflexible, then there can't be a change in a situation. So let me get my glasses, hold on. So kimono dragon, it's residing in the Indonesian islands. The kimono dragon signifies patience, adaptability, and survival. It teaches us to trust the natural timing of events. So that's that thing where I feel like somebody was trying to push and pull, go too fast or too slow. I feel like this is coming through to remind you to just let go and go with the flow. Natural timing of events, and it develops resilience. These qualities drawn from the dragon's features inspire us to navigate life's changes with precision and strength. So I feel like maybe it's about the details as well. You know, if there's maybe something really important about the little detail of a situation. I also feel like it's maybe recognizing how you've noticed the details in someone else, and maybe they've noticed the little details about you. Like things about you you never really thought anyone was paying attention to. I feel like somebody was, is, and will. So let's continue. I haven't used these love angel messages in a while. They're kind of like the spirit messages, but they're a little more love-based. So let's just see what comes through. What is another message to be helpful? Please and thank you. Message of love. Bring a little more clarity and depth. You are enough. So it's about self-love. It's not somebody else, you know, coming on and sweeping you off your feet, filling up your cup and doing everything for you. This is you and someone else coming in whole. So, you know, if you were not getting reciprocal energy from someone else because they weren't seeing your value, they weren't seeing how amazeballs you are, how special you are, how beautiful you are, and all that you deserve, then that was not the right person for you, because the right person is going to come in whole. And I just keep seeing you grow together. So maybe somebody had to go through a lot of growth, a lot of maturity somewhere. Maybe it was emotional maturity. I hear hard to handle. So maybe it was somebody that's a big personality, or, you know, complicated. There was a lot to go on. Maybe there was a lot to handle in somebody's life too. The person you are meant to be with will love you the way you are. I just heard stinky feet. Maybe some of you or someone has stinky feet or stinky socks. They're going to love all of that. They're going to want to do your laundry. You know, this is, you don't need to change. So maybe some of you were dealing with someone, or that was your energy where you had that, you know, like I'm getting it was the best intention that you could help someone or fix someone or, you know, inspire someone to change. That has to be on the other person's end. That's not your job. That would be something that would happen natural. And if somebody expected you to change to be with them, you know, change who you are because maybe they didn't like little details about you, that is not the right person for you. And I feel like that is being let go of. That's part of that baggage of the past. Dump it out, you know, let it go. Don't drag it along with you. Everybody has their own perception because of what they have gone through, the relationships they've been in. I do get that whoever is watching this, you are pretty special. I feel like you are a gem. You are, you know, one in the universes. You know, you're pretty unique. So I don't think it's just anyone that, you know, gets to have you. I feel like the person that gets to be with you is also pretty freaking amazing. So let's do something just different. Let's do, I'm gonna pause you one moment and we're gonna continue. Maybe that was a little energetic message as well, that you might be receiving a call out of the blue. Maybe it's about answering the call. Let's go to, this is the Divine Feather. I haven't used this in a little while. I like this little deck of cards. What is a Divine Feather message to be helpful right now, please and thank you? Oh, you got the Starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. So maybe some of you are getting out there. Maybe for some of you, this is also doing something online, connecting to the world and getting yourself out there, giving something a go, being your authentic self, because you're gonna connect to the right people. You know, when you are doing any kind of project or talking about anything and you believe in it, even if you're talking about your experiences, you're talking about, you know, the things you love to do or something that gets you excited, you know, your thing. If it's your thing, you're gonna connect to other people because they're gonna feel that energy in you. So it's a little extra message for you guys telling you it's time to get out into the world. Maybe if you've been hermiting yourself for a little bit, you know, staying on the couch, even if you do something online, but I feel like some of you do need to get out of the house, even if it's in your town, calling up a friend. But I see you actually doing something pretty fun, and it feels more like a vacation kind of energy. So let's continue. Let's see what else is happening. What's happening with you guys? Shall we move to the tarot? Yes. And I have this cute little holiday deck. I just want to show you the back of it. It looks like a cute little sweater. So let's just get a little picture of the energy, flow and movement to help you out right now. Going with the flow, dumping out some baggage, expecting an unexpected love offer, the feeling of an open heart, a little romance. What is a message to be helpful, please and thank you? Ooh, well, maybe that's why some of you need to get away. You got the Five of Wands. This is where there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. This is where somebody is trying to put the radio on something else, and then you have 5 other people behind you or 4 other people behind you also trying to play their favorite song, and none of these songs groove together. It's not a really good mashup. Unless it's like this, then it is. That is where you are putting energy together with someone else, and it's even better together than it was separate. So it could be that some of you have a lot of stress. If there is a holiday season, happening, it could be where everybody has their own agenda on certain plans. It could be where there's just differences of opinions. But if you're in any environment at all and it doesn't feel like you are being valued or appreciated or heard, it could be a bunch of people with very closed minds, although that's usually a swords energy, but I'm getting a lot of opinions with this particular card. It's where you take yourself out of that environment. You get yourself out of the drama. You get yourself out of the ruckus, where you give yourself a little breakaroo, where you feel this peaceful, flexible energy. Maybe it's with a certain person. It could be that you are recognizing past situations you had with somebody else where you were kind of bumping heads, being a little closed-minded on seeing somebody else's perspective. But when that card is upside down, it's really good. It's team players. It's that scrimmage match. It's where that team gets together and goes against each other for a little while so they get better and they are prepared for the big game, for that big win. So it's where energies can be open with being different. It's also where there's different facets of creativity that all work together, to make something even better. So I do see upside down. It might be where you have a project you're working on, or some kind of art or something that you do, but you work with someone who maybe puts together a website for you. And then you have somebody else who does the, like the advertising, or, the word of mouth, or the people person, but somehow everyone can work together. I don't know why I'm getting a little Three of Pentacles energy with that upside down, but I do see different energies able to rub each other the right way instead of the wrong way. So let's see, let's get a little more clarity on the Five of Wands. There is something, you got a bonus card. There is something coming through. Maybe it's this reconnection. Maybe it's this resilient energy. Maybe it's somebody you meet on vacation. This love offer, but there is something that feels like divine intervention coming in, because it is your destiny to be on a certain path, or be with a certain person, or get to get to walk through a very specific, beautiful, golden, open door for you. But I feel like behind that door was something being prepared for you. That always sort of gives me the energy. I heard the cooks in the kitchen. So, if the universe is cooking you up something really special in the oven, you don't want to open it up before that cake is risen and ready to go. I'm getting that something is going to come through, and it's the icing on the cake. It's I'm getting that. I don't know why I see it. I just thought of what is that? The everlasting gobstopper. Well, I did see a golden ticket. So, it's like it's not just like, I don't know why I love when I get really weird messages. It's like you take a bite in this cake and it tastes like one thing. And then you take another bite and all of a sudden it tastes like something else. Then you take another bite and it's like, what is happening? So many flavors, so much happening, so much going on. How'd you process? It's so amazing. I'm kind of getting that. So maybe that's a certain partnership or different facets of you that you are revealing, that you're tapping into. If you got this destiny coming through, your destiny coming through, there is something that is meant to be. It's meant for you. I hear it feels true. It feels right. Let's get another message. So maybe for some of you, if you are, if you had a little bit of, if you had a little bit of friction here, sometimes it takes a little bit of friction to rub you the wrong way to get you in the right place. to get you to move. So what is another message? Please and thank you. Well, now that would be somebody who's on the move. I definitely think somebody is going to be hopping on a plane or taking a trip somewhere, and they have a certain destination in mind. This person is holding up that sword to the sky, which means I feel like it's tapping into spiritual energy, insight. But I'm getting that it's somebody thinking very clearly, maybe clearing the clouds, having clear communication, having clear direction with what they want to say, where they want to go. This is somebody who has confidence in their thoughts. I feel like upright, the Knight of Swords, is somebody with an open mind, somebody willing to keep, bringing more information in and weeding out the information that is no longer useful. So it's like a constant movement of energy. Sometimes this is somebody who could overthink a little bit, maybe get stuck in scenario land. It is somebody upside down who maybe has permanent blinders on, only sees something one way and is very rigid, and they're gonna kind of miss out on the beautiful landscape going on around them. They don't ever take a look, see at what's on under them, but if somebody is always looking at that big picture, and they're wishy-washy and all over the place in what they're thinking and not making a solid decision or going in a certain direction, or really have focus on certain goals, even if the journey takes them along a different road or the goal ends up to be not exactly as planned, it's adaptability. So, somebody does have direct focus here. It could be an air sign. I feel like this elf is so excited. Maybe something is melting. Frosty is important. I see Frosty the snowman underneath. It's Gemini, Aquarius, Libra-like energy, but this is usually a night, a person, an experience that is coming very, very fast. So what is another message? Clarity for the collective on this Knight of Swords. Tell us a little bit more about this Knight of Swords. Oh, I like this because this is this is that void. This is the lull. This is where somebody is thinking clearly because of self-reflection. This is somebody who has clear direction now because they've gone within, tapping into their wisdom. Finally turning on the light to see the writing on the wall that was maybe there the whole time. It's this energy of self-illumination. I always feel like there's a healing with the Hermit. There's a maturity with the Hermit because of all the experiences, which is this night, he or she has had. It is somebody that's going through this dark situation, the dark woods. But they got their, you got your lantern. You can see a couple steps ahead of you. And right now, that's all you need to focus on. Even if you have this, future focus here, and you want to have a lot of momentum, pay attention to the steps right around you. Maybe somebody got ahead of themselves before. Here, it's that same message that whatever came through before, where it says it's time to get out of the house or get off the couch or get out into the world. That's this. Because if you have all this beautiful light beaming around you and no one ever gets to experience it or share it or hear, why you have all that wisdom, hear the stories you have to tell, it's not being shared. I feel like somebody needs to feel that beautiful light. So maybe somebody is finally coming out of the cave. Maybe somebody took a long pause in there, but it was to become clear. I also see the energy of the Hermit as sometimes if somebody is always following that Hermit, never turning on their own inner light, never following their own authentic truth or tapping into that spirit or learning lessons and gaining wisdom from the past, and they're just following the leader, this Hermit either has to teach how someone else can turn their own light on or leave somebody in the dark for a little while so they figure it out. And they will. Sometimes that's the only way too. You know, it could be guidance that you get, but sometimes the best teacher is the tough teacher. So what is one more overall message? And that's a Virgo energy. What is another message? You're also following your star. You have a lantern that has a star in it. So hope, following your hope, having faith. Maybe it's Aquarius energy you or someone else is connecting to. What is one more overall message? Well, at the bottom you have the 10 of Cups, but it took a little bit of confusion, illusion, maybe even delusion here, where somebody had to make a choice. The 7 of Cups is where you or someone else maybe made the wrong choice a couple times. Maybe made the right choice once, but then went back to the wrong one. Sometimes this is where somebody is just so confused about what to do because there's too many options. Sometimes you have to make a choice, delete an option, you know, and now you have less to choose from. But the energy under the 7 of Cups is still that energy of spirit, of destiny. It's the 7. It's spirituality. It's going with the intuitive part of you, or going with how your heart feels, which is that right choice, because your heart is intelligent. Your heart is smart. It's not just about your thoughts and your head. Your heart knows which one it really wants. And sometimes it's thinking you desire something until you hold it and then it doesn't make your heart feel quite right. Do you continue to hold on to it, or you maybe go with another choice? You're going to have more than one option here coming in. So upside down, I always feel like it's that person that just goes to the grocery store to buy spaghetti sauce and stands there in front of all the spaghetti sauce, and there are so many options, and some is on sale and some is too expensive that they don't know what to do, and they just come home with, like, I just saw whipped cream, and they forgot the spaghetti sauce. So now they're eating their spaghetti with whipped cream. I mean, maybe that's good. Maybe that was your, you know, deleting your option. But it's kind of like if you see you can buy 25 spaghetti sauces and they're $1 each, and you get it, but then you hate it. You know, every time you take a bite, you just don't enjoy it. Do you go back and buy 20 more because it's on sale? What if you buy the one and it's $50 for spaghetti sauce, but you savor every single bite? Like, you're so into that spaghetti sauce. I like when the messages go weird. But what if you go back to the store and now that one is the one on sale? Now you buy them all. I see you like clearing the shelves. Like, nope, storing those away. It's just making a choice, getting off the fence, and you're going to figure it out, but you have to be flexible when that occurs. It looks like it's bringing you to ultimate happiness. This is where you feel filled. This is the happily ever after, and then you get more energy. This is feeling at peace with those around you, not where you're bumping heads, not where there's chaos and conflict and drama. This is where y'all get along. This is like a happy environment, happy within yourself, happy with your friends, happy at work, happy with your lover, happy with your friends and your children. This is really having gratitude to everyone that you meet in your life that makes your heart smile. It's also having gratitude to everyone that made your heart cry, because it's part of your book. It's part of who you are, that, you know, helped form who you are and who you are becoming. All of those experiences are important, and I feel like even the weird ones, you're saying thank you. I wouldn't have known that about myself had I not gone through that experience. But I do feel like whatever is coming through, I'm getting that you're having some beautiful, sunny, beautiful, happy, vibrant, light-hearted, loving energy coming on in your life, that this starts with you. So let's get one more rock star. Let's get a rock star. I said one more, but we haven't pulled one yet. I don't think any music came through. But now I just thought of the one by Bon Jovi. I did think of Bells Will Be Ringing, the sad, sad song. Oh, what a Christmas. To Have the Blues, that one. Bells will be ringing, the sad, sad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. That one. I think it's called Bells Will Be Ringing. So you get a Christmas song in there, but it's kind of like it's not necessarily Christmas. It's actually talking about New Year's. Sight. Oh, new Natalie Merchant. Notice more. So maybe it's taking off the blinders. Maybe it's looking at all of the options. You know, trusting yourself you'll make the right one. Maybe somebody else is, you know, really desiring this happy energy. Look at, even here, Santa's singing. You got music coming. Oh, it's bells. Your bell is ringing and you have music coming out. So maybe it's about bells. Maybe it's wedding bells. Maybe it's the right ring. Maybe it's a little notification that comes up. It's just what you needed to hear, or, you know, who you needed to hear from. Maybe it's you sending out that little ring-a-roo. I like her blue nail polish. Maybe blue nail polish. Just notice more, right? See things with your outer and inner sight that you never saw before. I feel like we should get one more because I love these. One more. An escape. So you started and ended with a little escape. So maybe some of you needed to get out of something, or just be with the right person where it feels like you escape. I hear the clutches of time. That was really weird. The clutches of time. It's like the beginning of some weird show. It's like some space show. But it's where time doesn't exist. It falls away. You know, it feels like it's just everlasting and eternal. Go see new beauty. Escape. Tracy Chapman. This is telling you to go see it. So you guys are getting multiple messages to tell you to like make some moves. You know, put your energy into that yang, go, do, make plans, make it happen, try again, do something different, do something together. I just heard make love. I just heard that song, I'll Make Love to You. What is that, Boyz II Men? That snuck in at the end here. Hey, maybe that's the last message that needed to come through for you guys. Have fun. I love you so much. I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back here, thank you for coming back. And I will see you very soon. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, and night. And I just feel like this was the long goodbye. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.